Hi guys, welcome guys. Thank you guys for coming back. Thank you guys for all the likes, the sharing. Thank you guys for your comments. The feedback has been awesome. You guys encourage me to keep going. Sometimes I think, nobody wants to hear my stories, this, that. But you guys encourage me to keep going, and I encourage others to share your video. You can use this platform, you can use the Facebook platform. Tell your story, enlighten the world. It's a testimony. Saying, why not stand up in church, but you stand up before the world right here, and it'll make you feel better. Yep, it'll make you feel better, And none of my videos are to hurt anyone's feelings. Lord knows. If you know me, there's a lot of things you can say about me, but I never want to intentionally hurt anyone's feelings. Never. Don't do it. Don't make me feel good. I don't like my feelings to be hurt. So I hope that's not what happens with these videos. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys had a good weekend, and this week is going good. I hope it is. When we talked last time, I was telling you guys about the beginning of happiness for me, the beginning of good things that started to happen. I had my firstborn, yep, and he and I were chucking along. He was born on January 22nd, 1989, and I was drinking a lot, and I had my buddy old pal right there beside me every step of the way. I was just letting life do life, And so I was living in Kinloch, Missouri. And I was living there because my Uncle Andrew got me a place like that. When I told you guys I had no idea how to get a place and do those things, my Uncle Andrew and they saw where I was living one day, and 2 days later, they had me in a nice place and everything in the Boaz Apartments. But it was my apartment, me and my buddy old pal. And so New Year's Eve came out. New Year's Eve came, and I still to this day got PTSD. If I hear a car backfire, if I'm on the street, I might hit the pavement, from the gunshot. For the longest time, if a car would backfire, I would hit the pavement. So I'm scared on New Year's Eve. Everybody's gonna be shooting guns. I can't have another bullet, not even in my toe. I can't make it. I can't do it. I don't want it. So I wanted to go with my cousin Gina, but she was going with her in-laws and they were going someplace I couldn't go, and yada yada. I went with a friend of ours, Robert, Big Robert and Little Robert, and some other people we knew. And for the first time, I had a babysitter. The whole time we were together, but the first time me and Levi ever been separated, my cousin Anita babysitted Levi on December 31st, 1989. And so I'm at the party, and I can remember I'm sitting on the cooler where most of the drinks are, the beer and the alcohol. Big Robert sitting on the cooler too. And if anybody wanted to drink, we had to get up and down, but we mostly drank everything that was in there. You can best believe that our drunk asses did. So I get a call from my cousin Anita. She's got a boo thing over there, and my baby won't shut up crying. So I remember we had to go and pick up my son. I remember going to pick up my son, and then when I woke up, guys, I swear, when I woke up and I looked over, dear God help me, when I woke up and I looked over, I seen Robert. I screamed, I jumped up. I said, oh my God. I know I was thinking, no, Lord, no, this didn't happen. I needed a cigarette. Robert doesn't smoke. He couldn't give me a cigarette. I kicked him out. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. It was snowing. There was big snow already on the ground, and it was snowing. I kicked him out. I don't know how he got home, couldn't give a doggone. I grabbed all the sheets, the pillowcase. I grabbed everything, guys. I swear to you, there was no evidence that Robert was ever in my house. I took it to the dumpster. in the snow. I went and took everything in the dumpster. There was nobody ever gonna know that happened. I don't give a damn what he said. Nobody was ever gonna know. And so 2 weeks later, I couldn't drink my beer. And immediately when I couldn't drink my beer, I didn't have to go to the doctor and figure out what the problem was, because the only other time I've ever not been able to drink a beer was when I was pregnant with my son, Levi. So, wow, I'm pregnant with my daughter, Kayla. I'm pregnant with, but at this time in my life, things are starting to slow down a little bit. And I think Kayla's a big part of it. I remember when she was born, I didn't tell nobody who the father was until after I had her. I don't believe I did until after I had her. But the day she was born, she was the most gorgeous baby I've ever seen. And all I could say is, oh my God, how gorgeous she is. Oh my God. She had an afro like this. And she came out on her own. I mean, she did the work then. She came out on her own. The lady said don't push. I didn't have to push. This child was coming out, and she did. She was quiet from the beginning till now. She was quiet. In our family, when Kayla came along, she was always like the peacemaker, the go-between. And she definitely was the big sister, only she was the big sister to my son. He's only now becoming a big brother. She's always been his, in my eyes. I don't know how they felt about it. Yeah. Then Kayla came along and things began to slow down, make a little more sense to me. You know, I can't say I can't have all the same excuses I had with my son about what I didn't know. I was learning more and more and more. Kayla would always be, my favorite part about Kayla was when Kayla was like 9 months old. And I was living in Little Rock. No, I was living in Memphis, Tennessee with my sister Lynn and her kids. And I could remember cooking dinner, and all the time I would take Kayla with me. And she would just sit there with me peacefully. Never had to yell at him. You had to yell at Levi and all the rest of the kids running around. But she was just always peacefully just sitting there. And she would eat the food and make me feel good, like I did a good job. And she just was quiet. Even as a little kid, Kayla was always quiet. Everybody else be playing. Where was Kayla? She'd be under the table. Yeah. What I can say about Kayla is she's 100% like her mother. As much as she might not like it, she knows she is. She knows she's like her mother. And for the absolute longest time, she hated me. I didn't know that. She told me that not too long ago. And she said she felt better when she stopped hating. And I do understand. You know, my kids have not only, I said to you guys, I was abusive. I was abusive, physically, verbally abusive to my children. And I was an alcoholic on top of that. And then I was absent for 6 years. And they were angry about that, very angry about that, as any child would be. And then I come back, and then I get cancer. Yes, they were angry about that. Here I go, either maybe trying to leave them again. They were angry about it. And now, here I go again. So I understand that anger, God's going to turn that anger into love and happiness. I was thinking about it earlier. One day Kayla's going to shine so bright. My quiet child, her light's going to shine in the most beautiful way one day. Everybody will see how beautiful she really is. We know how sweet she is when she wants to be. We do. Her kids do. I do. So anyways, I feel hated that I didn't have another child. That way, there wouldn't be a middle child. When I think about it all the time, I think that middle child kind of misses out on things. You know what I mean? Oh, he's my firstborn. Oh, that's my baby. Who says, oh, that's my middle child? He was Mrs. Fix-It for many years. Just say, hell, to hell with that. Anyways, I love you, Kayla. I love you with all my heart. Middle child, first, last. It would be nothing without you here. Hell, I wouldn't have any grandkids. What would I have? 20 grandkids without you? What you got? 19, 20, 32? You know? I kid with Caleb about how many kids she have, depending on how much I hear in the background, how many it sounds like she has. But I love you. I love you. I wish you were closer. I don't mean just physically. I wish you were really physically closer, but emotionally, spiritually closer. But I know you do have God in your life, and I want you to keep God in your life. Only way you're gonna win. Hey guys, thank you for listening. Take care of each other. Until next time.